happen. You ready for this to happen?
I'm ready for this to happen. Yeah, let's do this. I'm excited.
Podcast. Two guys talking without wearing pants. Pantless Podcast. You can take our ideas.
Welcome back to the Pantless Podcast. Here's your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. What is going on?
Woo!
I've got to resize some things because
Resize some things. Can anybody see
there
me?
it is.
I don't know.
They can now. Yes, they saw whatever
It's too
last
late.
minute they were doing there.
Too late.
Too late.
I was flashing the 10 because this is season 10.
Season 10.
It's gonna be insane. Noise suppression on my end is off, so you guys are gonna hear every creak, every crack, every squeak, anything like that. I'm gonna try my best to mute whenever I have to, or anything like that, like now.
Yeah.
So that doesn't destroy you. I was awesome and just broke my mic right before coming here, so it's all loosey-goosey dangling, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to figure something out, because this probably won't fly very long. Sir, it's been so long since I've seen you. What have
We
you been
saw each
eating?
other literally today.
Well, I meant, like, in this kind of...
Oh, what have I been
like
eating?
this. Because the last time we had a show, we were together, and that was crazy.
It felt like it's been forever. What have I eaten? Let's see here. That was an interesting thing I just saw on my screen. Nothing good. Nothing of note. It's kind of been a boring.
Mazzios.
Nice. I had a microwavable pizza for lunch today.
There you go.
I mean,
I actually had pizza for lunch today, too. Brick oven pizza.
mine was a Red Baron
guess-
deep dish microwavable. Well,
You know the difference?
What's that?
I didn't have to pay. I didn't pay for mine, and you had to pay for yours.
Oh boy,
so,
yeah, that's
so that makes mine better.
the state kind of paid for mine, but
Yeah.
what?
Speaking of the state paying for you, I've got some breaking news. Let's just jump into this. Let's get it off.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
You're queuing it up. I know. I see you queuing up.
Whoa!
Did you queue it?
Yeah, it was cute. It's there.
Okay. All right. Good. Did you hear? And probably not, because this is so hot off the presses, that Marion Cotillard and Juliette Binoche and other like French stars chopped off their hair in solidarity for protesting a death that happened in Iran. Wow, that was a lot harder to say than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just be simple, but there's more to it than that. So yeah, apparently this 22-year-old girl violated some Islamic dress code, and the Iranian government killed her, and now people are mad about it.
I saw a video on that. I guess there's 3 girls that have died over the whole Iranian government and the suppression of women's rights. And I guess all these teenage girls are protesting in the streets right now. And I guess
And just getting mowed down by their government.
I heard that there's been three girls that have 3 women have died, like 3 high profile deaths. But I guess I've seen videos of like mobs of teenage girls in Iran just protesting, and like guys, like the men walking up and like berating them, and they just beat the crap out of him. And they're like burning their head scarves, and yeah, there's like a whole revolution going on over there. I could be completely wrong about that, but
that sounds like it could be real. I would say go with your gut on that one. That sounds right.
I watched a video by Aussie Man Reviews. He did a short, like 5-6 minute video over it, and that's all the information I got about it. Go watch his material. He's hilarious. I got some breaking news.
Ooh, wow, back to back. This is crazy. Season 10's
and
off
I
to a
was
hot
trying to find some stuff on it, but I'm not finding what I originally had heard. But I heard Kim Kardashian was been in the news again.
Really?
That she's like getting sued for. This is showing she's getting sued for a fake lottery scam, and that she's going to. I guess because she's a lawyer now, she's gonna represent herself. But I had heard somewhere that she had a crypto scam going, where she had some crypto going, and then she sold it for a lot of money, and it was worth nothing. And she's getting in a lot of trouble for some fake stuff she's doing. And I heard that what's her ex?
She's got a bunch of them.
Kanye.
Any basketball player. Oh, and then Kanye.
I heard that Kanye changed his profile picture on social media to Kris Jenner.
That is hilarious.
Which I heard is her mom, stepmom.
Kris is her mom.
Her mom, something like that. I can't keep track of
it's her mom. It's her real mom.
Okay, but yeah, I guess Kanye changed. Rumor has it he changed his picture, his profile picture, to a picture of his ex-wife's mom.
That's
Boom.
an interesting troll. Like, you're an attorney who's getting investigated for a crypto scam. Well, guess what? Now I'm your mom. That's such a Kanye thing to do. Oh my goodness, that guy. But that's interesting. I did hear because I know that.
Oh, here it is.
And her daughter started like some TV show, and they were having a women of law, and Kim Kardashian was on there, and I'm just like, why? Because she was the daughter of a lawyer. But now that I know that she's a lawyer, then that makes sense.
So it says Kim Kardashian is paying $1.6 million in a she settled. Last I heard, she hadn't settled. In a settlement agreement with Securities and Exchange Commission amid charges that she unlawfully touted a cryptocurrency without disclosing she was being paid for the promotion. Kind of a different, I guess they kind of had their facts wrong. Kardashian is paying the settlement without admitting to or denying the SEC findings. The agency said on Monday she also agreed to not promote any crypto asset securities for 3 years.
Oh, wow. Well,
so I guess if you're pushing crypto and you're being sponsored by the creator of the crypto, you have to legally state, I'm backed by these people. They are paying me for this promotion. And she just said, hey, go buy all this crypto. It's great. I have a bunch of it. But didn't disclose that her promotion of the material was a paid promotion.
Wow. So that's a perfect segue into season 10. We have a new cryptocurrency called the Pantless Coin. Everybody click. I'm just kidding. We don't.
I'm about to say news to me. I didn't know anything about this.
That would be cool if we did. That makes me almost want to look into how do you even do, I don't know. That's probably
Let's
I probably
not
couldn't even do that. Yeah, that's but that would be kind of cool. I got a Pantless Coin. It's not worth anything, but you guys like we could just like every follower here's a million Pantless coins. I don't know how it works.
$1 million. Whoa.
What's it? Whose line is it anyway? Where like the points don't matter. So be like,
whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, that was funny. Here's 5,000 Pantless coins just for a funny comment. They're like, what am I gonna do with it? I don't know. Who knows?
So, when my internet decides to work here, have you heard? Did you watch the Pokemon Presents 5 that dropped the other day?
I don't. Is that the one you shared?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
You did watch
Very
it?
Interesting. I did, yeah.
So, did you see the new Pokemon? I heard they actually unveiled 5 secret Pokemon. I watched a video there's
In that
5
episode,
different things that if you watch closely, there's more that they didn't talk about, but they kind of somewhat showed. I'm getting more excited for this game.
I saw that Faraffarig. That was very weird.
Fargriff. It's an evolution of Graffarig.
Yeah. And then I saw that little white skinny Diglett, the Wiglet.
Wiglet. They showed it again.
Saw that.
They showed the new feature, the auto battle feature.
Yeah, that looked interesting. I saw that.
And then the technical machine.
Oh, I love that concept. That I am going to get lost in that.
They're adding more LRP, or are adding more like traditional, because if you paid enough attention, when he sent the Quaxley to the get 'em feature, or go get 'em, or let's go feature, or whatever the hell they're calling it.
Yeah.
It went out and fought that Leo, and it kind of did a quick little animation, defeated it. I don't know if it's an auto defeat. I don't know if you send it off, if you send like a level 1 off, if it can actually get defeated. I'm wondering about that one.
Yeah. You would think probably, but we don't know.
After it defeated the Litleo, Litleo dropped a Litleo Tuft item. Yep. That's how you get the items that then go and craft your TMs, but you have to have league points, and it's still up in the air on if you have to spend league points, or if it's like once you defeat
a level mechanism.
Yeah, like once you defeat your first gym, you get 400 league points, and like the low level TMs you have to have a minimum of 400, but it looks like you have to, like, if it, like, what's a good move? Like, Hydro Pump. You make the TM for Hydro Pump, give it to your Pokemon, but then if you want to give another one Hydro Pump, you have to craft it a second time. It's not like they're going back to it breaks and it's done after one use.
Yeah.
Which, that's how I wish they would have never went away from that. I don't like the whole, you get a TM, congratulations, it's yours forever now. Use it as many times as you want. It felt broken.
Yeah.
This game's looking better and better.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely, I saw some aspects that I'm like, yeah, like that TM thing. And then there was something in there that was a major turnoff that I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be involved in that. The sandwich thing.
That's the curry from the last game.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that mechanism. I don't like this one, but it had, I can't remember, it had some kind of benefit that was actually a pretty good benefit.
Okay,
if you feed them the right ones.
So, depending on how you make your sandwich, because it said there that, like, because when he made that sandwich, it made certain types of Pokemon easier to catch.
Yep.
And then it also gives them experience. But what I want to know, and I've seen some YouTubers, some other Pokemon YouTubers question this as well. He finds an egg in the basket.
Yeah.
So I had heard a while back that the breeding mechanic is 100% different in this game than it has been. So nobody knows if, say, you have a party of 6.
Yeah.
If, like, randomly you go to your picnic, which it was camping in Sword and Shield. I think they're calling it picnics in this one.
Yep.
If you go into a picnic after walking, say, your character walks 100 steps, you go to a picnic, walk up to the table, and there's going to be an egg, and that egg is going to be a random egg that is of a Pokemon that's in your party that's eligible, because you're not going to be able to get a Miraidon or Koraidon, because they showed the Koraidon, the legendary, in his party when he found the egg. You're not going to be able to egg hunt the legendary. You've never been able to, unless they change that now.
You never know.
But like, are you going to be able to do the ditto, the foreign ditto? To like, if you have like a 5 ditto in your party, or if you just have 2 in your party, like, is that how you're going to have to do this? It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that they this late in the series that they're like, you know what? We're going to change up the egg mechanic.
Yeah.
It just sounds, to me, I feel like they're kind of, it's like a slap in the face to the shiny hunt community. Like, do you have a system for shiny hunting? We're changing that mechanic 100%.
Yeah. I don't know. It's we still don't know enough about it.
True.
We just don't. It might be a pretty simple concept. It might be easier. It will be a lot nicer not to have to go to a daycare or whatever you want to
That's correct.
hatch an egg. So if you get to understand the mechanic, it's like, oh, it's going to be always the first 2 in your party are the ones breeding, and I could get that egg whenever I want, knowing how many steps. That'll be nice. We just don't know how it's going to work. It could be awesome. It could be lame.
More than likely lame.
We don't know. I did like that little map at the bottom. The like your standard like Breath of the Wild type map.
That
direction you're going.
That revealed 3 different Pokemon on the map. Because there was 2 looking bunny things, and then there was another weird looking thing. Then there was this like crustal looking thing, and there was also a Rookidee on the map.
See, I just assumed those were just symbols. I didn't actually think they
looked like Pokemon because there was a Rookidee on the map.
Yeah, I just thought they were just like generic. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's speculation right now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. Did you see that they dropped a Mario teaser trailer for the movie coming up next month?
I was going to ask you that. That was the next thing I was going to talk about. I showed the wife and kids the trailer. What do you?
It looks good. I think it looks good.
It looks great.
I think they're going. I think this is going to be a home run. I really do. The animation looks great.
I heard a theory.
Voices work.
I'm not a big fan of. So, I was a little disappointed with Chris Pratt as Mario because it sounds just like Chris Pratt as Mario, and not him actually being
like
Mario.
He's trying to be the hello.
It just they kept saying that he was like, oh, I've been working for years on this voice, and I've tailored this voice to be perfect for Mario, and then it just sounds like him.
Yeah, it's just his voice. Yeah.
So I heard a theory, rumor, kind of fan fiction thing that possibly this movie might start in a live action with him as Chris Pratt, like his him as, like, not as Chris Pratt, but he's a character in real life and gets pulled into the animate and like pulled through like a portal or something and like pops out as Mario. And that's him bouncing off those toadstools in his entrance. That was a theory I heard.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I'm not a fan of that.
That would make more sense to his voice not really sounding like Mario.
Right, that's true. That is true. But is it going to be like a Captain N thing where he's playing Mario and then gets sucked into the game? I mean,
that would be hilarious if he's like playing the arcade game. Just gets...
Yeah, he is Chris Pratt. Like, I am playing myself, and hey, I've just finished recording Jurassic World, and I'm just tired. Let me play some Mario Odyssey, and then he's in there.
No, not Odyssey. He's got to be playing like I said, on an arcade of the original Mario.
Okay, yeah.
Then you would have me, and I'd be like, okay. But Jack Black as Bowser was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that.
Penguin scene had me.
I was concerned, and
that's not what I had no concerns for his voice.
Really? See, I did.
I did because I knew Jack Black was just gonna crush. Just because he's great. Because he's done I would say he's done more and proven himself more than Chris Pratt has in his, acting career is just killing everything he does.
Okay.
Plus, he's got a better vocal range, even because he, was Tenacious D.
Yeah.
So I had a feel, I knew that he would be able to, fit the character better. But the penguin scene had me
that's funny.
rolling. Do you yield? I do not.
Oh.
Well, we'll get this movie spring of 2023.
Yep. Yeah. I'm excited.
And I'm so glad that my wife, without me even prompting her, said exactly what I thought the first time I watched the video. When Mario first stands up, did he look like anything familiar to you? Doing a fish hand.
Did he look like anything familiar? I mean,
When he
looked
stood
like
up and
Mario.
he moved, he looked a lot like Fix-It Felix Jr. from Wreck-It Ralph.
I didn't even catch
Like
that.
when he stands up and his like facial features, I'm like, that looks like a. I'm gonna hurt feelings, but that looks like a fatter Fix-It Felix.
Canceled.
Like he just looked
Well,
fatter in the
Fix-It-
face.
Fix-It Felix was based on Mario, so
Was he?
yes, it's not really fair to say he looks like Fix-It Felix when they were trying to make Fix-It Felix look like him.
I need you to fact check that, sir, because I don't think that's accurate.
Really?
Because I don't fact check any of my information.
Let me kick. I didn't
You can't say that.
I can't really do a lot of typing because the way my mic's all janky. So you just have to trust that I did my due diligence.
I don't trust you at all.
That's fine.
Hey, I know we normally do the music at the end, but this isn't new music. This is old music that's been made new.
Okay.
I discovered this the other day, and the wife bought it for me off Amazon.
Yes, you showed me that.
Do you even know what this is?
That's their live album, right?
Is that it? No,
That was upside down.
it's their S&M2. It's the 20th anniversary of their with their collaboration with the San Francisco Orchestra.
That's awesome.
They back in whatever 20 years it would be from when they originally did it.
Yeah.
I think they recorded this last year or the year before. Right. I want to say it was like right before COVID or something. Yeah, they recorded in San Francisco with that orchestra and did a whole 2-day concert and recorded it. And this set, this is it's a 3-disc set. It's got disc 1 and 2 of the audio, and then a third disc is the DVD of the live concert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I bought it off Amazon this week. I was like, ooh, because I own the original. I think I still own the original somewhere. Like, I remember when I was in high school, the original, because I think the original one came out in like 98, 99, 2000, somewhere around there. And me and a buddy of mine, that was like our favorite thing. Like, we listened to that, the heck out of that. It's actually sad story. He was like a real close friend of mine, sophomore year of high school. His favorite song in the world was No Leaf Clover.
Mm-hmm.
He actually died in a car crash our sophomore year, near the end of our sophomore year.
Oh, wow.
So, like, it's hard for me to listen to that song to this day. But
yeah,
sad story. Is what it is. But still love this album.
yeah.
You know?
And I saw that there's a song on that album that I never even knew existed. The
Which one?
Unforgiven 3.
Yeah, I hate that one.
I've never heard it. Didn't know it existed.
Well, because
So what I did is I just added the original, The Unforgiven, to our Spotify playlist.
So Unforgiven was on Black Album. And I want to say Unforgiven 2 was on Load. Don't quote me on that one. And I think Unforgiven 3 was on one of their newer albums.
But you said it's not good.
I don't like their new music.
Okay.
Like once Newstead left, the bass player Newstead, James Newstead, I think is his name. When he left and they brought in the new bass player, I never have been a fan of.
That's fair. For anybody that doesn't know, we have a Spotify playlist that you can click the link below and add it to your Spotify list. We've got 140 songs on there. Just whenever we talk about a song, we throw it in there. This is actually our third Metallica song on our playlist.
What other ones are on there?
We have For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Ooh, really good.
And we have The Call of Cthulhu, which I don't know that song either. I don't know how that one...
It's an instrumental.
Okay, I don't know how it snuck in there, but it's
I
on our list.
I think that's the one that I suggested. Really
Okay.
good song. It's the second song on their S&M album.
Okay.
Because they do the Ecstasy of Gold and then the Call of Cthulhu. That's like two back-to-back audio, like, instrumentals. So the Unforgiven was off their Black album in 91. And I want to say, I know it's gonna. Oh, yeah, that's off that album. I can't remember where Unforgiven 2 was. Oh, Unforgiven 2 was on Reload in 97. Not as good, but it'll
That's
do.
good. Yeah. Yeah. Better than Unforgiven 3, right?
Yeah. I thought it was off Saint Anger, but is it not off Saint Anger?
Apparently not.
What was the other album they did? I'll find it. Because... Hold on, just give me a minute.
Give you a minute. Off of... That's fair. Have we done anything in our Twitter sphere? Or no?
Twitter sphere. Not that I know of. That was off their 08 album, Death Magnetic. Didn't even know that was an album.
Yeah.
I have not messed. I will admit that I've been doing more Twitter stuff on the posting side on my personal than I ever have with this Pikmin Bloom game.
Right? Why do we struggle planting flowers so much?
Because it's hard to plant.
This is gonna be our second week in a row that we've missed the flower planting goal of 20,000.
Because it's hard to, like, I don't understand the flower planting. I guess because you'll go on there and like you have 150 white flowers, and if you plant flowers for an hour straight, you'll plant 2,000 flowers or something like that, or like 10,000 flowers, and then I'll walk around and it'll be like, oh, you're out of white flowers. You planted 75 flowers. I'm like, but we did figure out that if you're planting flowers, but standing still or sitting in a chair, it's not logging steps, it's taking away flowers, the petals, but not planting flowers.
Yeah.
It's almost like every petal.
It's a timer. It's not really. It's the petals equate to a timer, And so as
But
you're
it's
either standing still or you're moving while that timer's going, but you're not planting if you're standing still. You're only planting when you're moving.
yeah, it's almost like every step plants like 3 or 4. Because when I did that 5K last weekend, which we haven't talked about that, but when we did the 5K, I planted like almost 3,000 flowers because I was planting the whole time we did the 5K, and it was like I think after the 5K was over, I think I was at like 9,000 steps, and I was planting flowers that whole time, and we were walking the whole time.
Nice.
And I think it was like 3,000, 4,000 flowers I planted that day. I'm like, still feels like more. It feels like I should have done more.
That's a lot of flowers. That's a lot.
But I actually got to level. I actually got to level 19 and got the pink, the winged guys.
Nice.
Today. Oh, and I learned that you can you know how every day you go in and you like it at the end of the day or beginning of the next day, you can you give it your smiley face, or it's like, you did this yesterday, and like you can share what you did with your friends. Did you know that there's a minimum step limit for doing things on that? Sunday, I literally walked 98 steps all day. And it literally will not let me. Like, when I click on that day, it just says you did 98 steps. Good job. It didn't even say good job. It just said 98 steps that day, and it won't let me do the log. Won't let me log that day in because I didn't walk enough steps.
That's funny.
And I guess I could use the excuse that I just didn't have my phone on me all day. No, I literally got up, sat in my chair, watched football, and maybe got up like twice to go do something. But yes, I did leave my phone right here, but I didn't. We walked the 5K the day before, and I did like 1,100 steps that day. And it did nothing the next day.
Funny.
So
was that loud? Did I just shake my mic and make
a
loud sound?
You're fine. We're professionals.
Okay.
So, really enjoying this game. It's a fun one to play. Yeah, we're gonna miss that total. We got 2 days to plant 5,000 flowers.
If me and you walk a 5K tomorrow, we've got this.
Yeah, I do one a year, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. Our 5K we do every year we did confirm that they're not doing that one anymore.
Well, you know what we're going to have to do, though, to make up for that then?
Huh.
We're going to have to go on a bar crawl.
I feel like I'm going to get that.
We're going to get our steps in.
I've never done one, to be honest with you.
Oh, snap. We got to find a fun themed one, and we'll take the old wivesies out.
All right. But you stop it.
I know. I'm sorry. It's right here. I'm gonna move my hand over here.
So,
we watched a movie, sir.
Retro movie review.
Hey, yeah, this one was. I mean,
it was funny.
Once Bitten.
This
movie was hilarious. On the Amazon, it actually said that Michael J. Fox was originally supposed to play Michael.
I could see that.
But they ended up getting Jim Carrey at the last minute instead.
Yeah, I bet that was the cheaper option. And it worked. I thought he did a great job.
In 85, yeah, Jim Carrey would have been, this would have been early on. So.
Yeah, he did a good job. It was I was expecting it to be a lot raunchier. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be raunchy at all, but then that opening scene at the drive-in.
Oh,
so I'm like, it's gonna be one of these movies, but then it wasn't.
I want to know when he finally gets out of the ice cream truck, and you see all the cars shaking, and you see the
Yeah.
VW Bug with the legs sticking out of it.
Yeah.
Like, how is that anatomically correct on how whatever they were doing in that car? Because all you saw were legs, and that car was shaking. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Some of the cars were shaking, and there weren't anybody in the cars. And then, yeah, they
But
were like just
when that
legs
scene
poking up.
when that scene started and the camera was up above, none of the cars were shaking until he got out, and you just see bare bottom in the one.
Yeah. Once again, we had another movie with a lot of man butt. A lot.
It's
I don't
just,
know what it's what we've been getting. I don't know.
hey, some would say that that's better than the alternative. I don't know what the
Woman
alternative is. I don't know what.
Yeah. There's so many things that could be the opposite, like man face, woman butt, woman face.
I'm not really sure. Oh,
Okay. All right. So let's move on.
Metacritic.
Yeah, let's go to Metacritic. Go.
So, a whopping 4 critics.
4. Oh, this could be our lowest score ever, depending on how.
I can see this one would be a hard one to read because
Yeah, I don't think critics would have liked this movie, but the fact that only 4 people, it's one of those ones where the polls are skewed. So I'm leaning more towards that. The only reason that these critics reviewed it is because they were into this type of movie and they watched it and like, I'm going to review this. I think this is on a 1 to 10 scale, right?
No, it's 100.
This is 100. Okay, sorry, we've only done 90 something episodes. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna give it a 65.
You were actually 1 point off.
Oh man,
64.
Oh wow, okay.
But 15 users out of 10.
I think we're gonna lean in the same direction, but with more favor. I'm gonna say 7.8.
Not as close on this one. 7.1.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you think they missed the mark on this movie? Because this movie released November 15th of 85.
Yeah, they were a little late. They were trying to hit the Halloween crowd. It was a Halloween movie. Somebody messed up. You know they were pushing for a Halloween or early mid-October release, and
all right, this will be an interesting because there's only 4 critics.
Yeah, we can.
So I can read all of them. We had 2 positive, 1 mixed, 1 negative. Users, we had 11 positive, 2 mixed, 2 negative. No user written reviews. I guess they only gave it a score.
Okay.
Los Angeles Times gave it a 90. Once Bitten is that extreme rarity, a youth movie that's made the grown-ups discovery of how sexy and amazing a situation can be if you leave things to the imagination.
That is weird. Okay.
The Globe and Mail, 88. Every season it appears that Hollywood has truly and finally run out of comic things to say with coming of age scenarios, and every once in a while it's demonstrated that the genre simply needs intelligent handling. Once Bitten is one of the better things to happen lately to adolescent sex comedies simply because it isn't gross, because it isn't mean-minded, because Jim Carrey has a way of pouting that makes him look like he has buck teeth.
He kind of does. He's got his teeth.
That was a 1985 review. New York Times. We're going to go to the other coast.
All right.
Gave it a 50. Mm-hmm. Once Bitten affects a glossy, sophisticated look that does little to upgrade the film's adolescent humor. As directed by Howard Storm, it has a lot more stylish than wit. Miss Hutton, she was the vampire, looks great in black, but her predatory vampire grows tiresome very quickly, as do all the Bloody Mary jokes. The butler had me cracking up. He's so good.
He was hilarious.
Cleavon Little.
So funny.
I came out of the closet years ago. TV Guide magazine gave it a 20. This attempt to combine elements of vampire lore with the limited format of the teen sex comedy is a monstrous movie, all right. A frighteningly awful horror comedy. Was teen sex comedy a thing in the 80s? Was that like a genre?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You had movies like Porky's and Animal House and the National Lampoons. Yeah, you got... Oh, yeah.
So I got some bad news, sir.
Bad news.
No Common Sense Media.
Well, by golly, you know what that means. We're doing it ourselves.
But I do have some... I do have the IMDb Parents Guide.
That's good enough.
We can give it our own ratings on our own if we want to in a minute. I guess I don't really know what their scale is here. But well, let's just I'm not a huge fan of theirs because they don't really give us what the scale is for their. It just says sex and nudity mild. Then it says violence and gore mild, profanity mild.
Okay.
So I would probably not let my children watch this movie. I would say 16. I'd give it a 3. 16 plus is what I'd give. 16 or 18.
That's pretty reasonable. I could see that. I could see 16, and a 3 is a pretty fair star.
I can say the United States gave this a PG-13, where Australia gave it an M, which I guess the Australia M is a mature rating.
Probably.
Because the other countries have weird... Like, Norway gave it a 12. New Zealand gave it an R13. So, West Germany gave it an I6.
An I6?
Or is that a 16? Or a 15? Well, okay. I don't know what their rating
makes more sense, because I6 sounds like it would be like something for a 6-year-old.
I don't know what I don't know if a 6 is like a scaling thing. I don't. Right. But I think it may say 16 here. Portugal gave it an M/12.
Was it banned in any countries?
Doesn't show. Singapore has a PG, but it was a cut version.
Okay.
I got probably a heavily edited version of the movie in Singapore. I know, like, Australia, if there's, like, a gun in, like, if there's any kind of gun violence, they'll just, like, either ban it all just completely or give it a, like, high mature rating that only, like, adults can watch it.
Right.
They're very strict over there with their violence.
Yeah, but this one, I could see PG-13. You wouldn't have to do heavy editing to get this to a PG. I don't really recall a lot of language.
There was an F-bomb late.
Was there? See, I didn't
the girlfriend. The girlfriend threw an F-bomb at the end.
Yeah.
And then there was the shower scene with some...
The man butts.
Not an F-bomb, but there were some other words said.
Those F words, yes. Derogatory words.
The other F-bomb, was used.
That was really funny because that was totally 80s. Yeah. That's exactly. And then the crisis afterwards, like I was like, this is the worst thing that ever. They're gonna think I'm a homosexual. It's the worst day of my life.
Did we like it? Is this how I am now?
Yeah, he's like, what were the other guys doing in the shower? They were washing. Oh my gosh, you're right. We were liking it.
Let's say, what do you think on. Let's do. I'm trying to remember the categories here.
It always starts with either positive role models
Positive
or
role
positive
models.
messages.
It's been 2 weeks since we've done this, sir. I've forgot everything about this.
That's fair. So positive messages. You could scrape the barrel for a 1. You could. Maybe not. Now that I think about it, I don't think I can find a positive message.
It'd be hard.
Because they were trying to be chaste. The girlfriend was trying to be chaste, but at the end it turned out like that was the bad thing, and so they had to, not be that way anymore to save his life. And so, no, not present.
Hey, I've got a list here that we can go through.
Okay.
I knew I had one. I just had to find the right sheet. So you want to say a not present on that one?
I'm going to say not present on positive messages.
How about the role models?
I'm going to also say not present.
I figured that's what you'd say. That's what I was thinking too. Let's just jump to violence and scariness.
Violence and scariness.
I had to add scariness because I think there's more scariness than violence.
Yeah, I would agree.
They did attack him in that shower scene. That was a bit violent.
There wasn't a lot. I would probably give it a 2, but I wouldn't complain about a 3.
Yeah, I would say 1 without complaining about a 2.
Okay, because only because scariness was in there. If it was violence, then yeah, it would just be 1. But towards the end, there's all those scenes with the vampires and the teeth and the eyes, but you don't really see any.
And he did scare those kids on the bike when he was selling ice cream.
Yeah, but I think you don't actually see like biting into the neck. You see
they never.
What in that dream sequence he goes down to her neck, but you don't like see a bite. But he comes up and there's like a little bit of blood on her, and there's another dream sequence where there's another dream sequence where the old lady has blood dripping down her mouth, but it's only a little bit. So yeah, that's fair. I think we probably would come to a 2 together. I think.
Yeah. Sexy things.
This one's tough because it was talked about the whole movie.
The whole movie. And there was the painting with one out.
And then there was that drive-in scene where he was trying to get with her, but then you saw the legs and the bouncing cars. But nothing was like overly like grotesque. Like maybe would you give it a 3?
I would give it a 3
because of just the constant talking about it,
and more about the talk of the act of doing things, and then the light nudity.
The man butts.
Yeah, that's light. I mean, absolutely, just light mayo nudity.
And the vampire was obviously she was wearing low cut shirts showing cleavage the whole movie.
And I was a little shocked that, I don't know if shocked, but I was just like, oh, they didn't show her at all.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So we gave it a what now?
I think we gave that one a 3.
Yeah, 3. Language.
Well, I forgot about that F-bomb, and I thought there was some mild language.
I don't remember hardly any.
I would probably give it a 2 just because that F-bomb was in there, and I'm confident if that was in there, there were probably some other words that I didn't catch. Obviously, there were some 80s words that are, like, not okay today.
Correct, there was the other F-bomb.
Yeah, the not okay F-bomb. I could, what do you think? What would you give it?
I do know that I can agree with it, too. I know that there were some sexual innuendo stuff, like some sexual stuff going on.
But we had to add those to get to our 3 and sexy stuff. We don't want to double dip.
Yeah.
Remember when Nell double dips and we yell at him for it? You don't want to do
that. Yeah, I would agree with 2. Now, here's the one that I was going to get on with you. Consumerism.
Yeah. There was a lot.
Darth Vader.
I didn't even see Vader.
The costume, the dance, the high school dance.
Oh, okay.
There was a guy dressed as Vader. There was a guy dressed as. There was a couple, like, 80s pop stuff that was. A couple characters dressed up as. I don't remember what beer they were drinking at the one club when he first meets her.
I didn't recognize that. I did see Pepsi at the buddies' work stands, and there was another one over there. It wasn't a drink. It was some kind of food. I don't remember. I do remember seeing a Nestle Crunch. I do remember seeing
the ice cream that he handed her and her butler was frozen Crunch bars.
Yeah.
It said Crunch in the lettering.
Yeah, and then they had that scene where they're going to Hollywood and you saw like LA gear, which I don't think that exists anymore, does it?
I don't even know, but I know there was a lot of advertisement.
Hard Rock Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
There was quite a bit. It was all subtle background, but it was the most we've seen in a while.
I would give it a 3.
That's what I'm thinking too. I can totally agree with the 3 because there was nothing that was beat you over the head with it, but it was subtle enough that you're like, I see what you're doing there.
I was so disappointed that they didn't have this one on Common Sense Media because I was like, oh, I saw Vader, I saw this, I forgot all the other stuff. I remembered Vader.
Yeah.
I'm like, I saw all this, and I'm like,
yeah.
I want to know what I really wanted to know what Common Sense Media would say about this movie because this one was kind of one of those. What would it? But yeah, they disappoint me by not reviewing it. Drinking, drugs, and smoking. Beer. They drank beer at the club. There was smoking, which the main characters never smoked. The 3 young boys.
In the dream sequences, though, in the dream sequence,
okay, Jim Carrey.
In those. Oh, and at the end when they.
Oh, they popped out of the
coffin. At the coffin.
Where did he get that?
No. She was like, "You've only been in there a minute. There's no way you did that." And then he pulls out 2 cigarettes, and she goes, "Maybe you did, but you didn't have time to enjoy it." So I do recall the 4 cigarettes. Then obviously they were drinking. There was champagne a couple times in the bar and at her house.
Yep. They never really showed drinking, and it was always full. When he would take the glass away, it's like such a waste.
Yeah, I don't know. I could give it a 3.
I was thinking 2 or 3, but 3 will work. There really was nothing over the top.
No.
At all in this movie. Everything was just kind of right to the edge of too much, and then never really crossed it.
Yeah. Yep.
Classic Jim Carrey. The dance scene
was
awesome. I'd forgotten about that scene.
That was great.
That was like his like rubbery movements that he did through the ages.
Right.
Where everybody is like dancing like a professional and he's over there just being Jim Carrey.
It looked like Jim Carrey busting out. I think I saw some like Michael Jackson type, He played I saw he was doing some stuff.
Played the guitar off of his leg.
That was really good.
In my mind, I just want to think that they just the two they had the girls like practice that dance choreography and then just told him go out there and figure it out.
Yeah, he gets the ad lib and
then just don't get in their way, don't knock them over, figure it out, and then he just like ad libs around their actual choreographed dance moves.
Yeah, and it worked. It was great.
Yeah. Overall, great movie.
Yeah. For 16 and up.
I agree.
Yeah.
What
do we want next week? We have a list. Are we sticking to the list? Are we mixing it up?
Do you remember what the list is?
I remember Bone Tomahawk, Scream, and Hocus Pocus. Oh wait, that is the list. Yeah, that was the whole list.
That
was the whole list.
Bone?
How many weeks?
Tomahawk?
So there's 4 weeks in October. those were our 4 movies.
Okay, so Bone Tomahawk's a 2015 movie.
Oh, wait a second.
That's a bit too new.
That is. Who suggested that?
Uh,
I don't remember his name. That guy.
I know it.
You know the guy.
Ooh, that's got Dave Arquette in it. What would you think about doing? And I don't think we've done it yet. Teen Wolf.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to say 1985. That one's on everything right now.
Sweet. Even the Netflix. I don't want to watch ads again. That was rough.
Prime Video. Included with Prime.
Okay, so that's ad-free then, right?
Ad-free.
Okay, sweet.
An American Werewolf in London. I remember that movie from back in the day.
Never seen that one.
That's a good one. What's the other Michael J. Fox movie where he's just off a tangent here? There's another Michael J. Fox movie that...
We reviewed that one. Frighteners?
Was it Frighteners?
I'm pretty sure we reviewed... I thought we did.
Did we do Frighteners?
We'd have to go back. I thought we did Frighteners.
Well, you have to... it's not free on Prime.
Oh.
So, but I say we do Teen Wolf. I know the wife and kids watched Hocus Pocus 2. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I think I was watching football that night, or I was doing something else that night.
What'd they think of it?
They really liked it.
Yeah, I watched it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought they did a pretty good job.
Something about they set it up for another one, but without the 3 main ladies.
They did set up a couple things that they could go. They had the 3 girls that played the younger version. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. That's kind of how it starts. So, but
Spoiler.
yeah, it started out. Yeah, it started out with the whatever the sisters are called. I don't remember.
Sanderson sisters.
Sanderson sisters. Yeah.
I know.
It started out with them when they were kids and kind of like how they got into the craft, and then fast forward, and then yeah, there was kind of like a passing on of the torch, if you would. So they could go in a couple directions. My wife thinks that they should have stopped at the first one. She loves the first one.
Yeah.
And thought she was afraid the second one was just going to be trash. It was great. She was grateful that it wasn't trash, but she's like, yeah, they probably shouldn't have done it. And she really hopes they don't do a third one.
And they will.
Then they probably will. And we'll see which direction they go. Yeah. It was... So yeah. Teen Wolf. That's
Teen
what we're
Wolf.
doing.
Let's do Teen Wolf. I think there's another one. I don't remember where I put it. If I can find it, it might be later we do. But I do want to review this one here soon.
Oh yeah.
Drop Dead
we were
Fred.
supposed to do that. We were supposed to review that a long time ago because I've never seen that. And you're like,
Yeah.
you've never seen Drop Dead Fred, and then
Yeah.
we never.
This is
watched
still
it.
sealed in its Blu-ray case. Still yet to watch it. I know after we get these kind of Halloween movies done, I want to review the live-action Mario Bros. Movie from the 80s.
Oh, snap! Yeah.
I wanted to do it this week, but we're in our Halloween kind of trying to do our kind of like our scarier Halloween movies.
Yeah.
But like that trailer dropped this week, and I was like, oh, this would be a perfect week. If we weren't kind of already, I know it's our show, we can do what we want, but I don't. I don't remember.
I wonder if we would get in trouble if we were to do a like Mystery Science Theater 3000 style episode. And I know that they review movies that are like free of copyright, like they're
Copyright free movies.
Yeah, but we don't really review those type of movies. But I wonder if we like had it in the background where people knew what we were watching, but we had like headphones on, so only we could hear the movie. So people just like knew we were watching it, and then we were like we were commentating the whole movie.
I've thought about trying to do a deal where we got together and kind of like watched the movie together.
Yeah.
And kind of recorded it. We'll have to
Yeah.
Look
There's
into
a lot
that.
of I just don't want to get sued because, I don't know, or maybe we do want to get sued because it's not like they're going to take me for anything. It'll only give us publicity.
If we don't monetize it, like if it's not, like I know that there's some weird like copyright, like some of the copyright laws, like you can't play it like start to finish all the way through with no pauses.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'd have to do a thing where like every so many minutes do like not like an ad break, but we like kind of pause the movie and kick it off the screen, talk for a minute, then start it back up and like break it up. And that's
that
even
would be a long video.
True. Or the actual video that we release on the tubes is actually shortened down, kind of cut different parts of the movie out, where it's not the full movie, where somebody can't be like, hey, I want to watch this movie, I just watched these guys' review of it. And that's the way they watch the movie for free off of our streaming service.
That's a good way to get views. That's a great way to get views.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, we can look into it.
Yeah.
Might have to do some research on some copyright stuff. But speaking of copyright stuff, why don't we just go ahead and end it here today?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me get.
There's a milkshake with my name on it, and it's, I don't want it to be milk.
You want it to shake?
I want it to shake.
I hate it when my milk doesn't shake. I want it to bring all the boys to the yard.
Yeah. That's some ASMR.
Your face is ASMR. Hey. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
There it is. I forgot I had a
delay.
You're a delay.
You gotta hit that play button, bruh.
I hit the play button. I just hit I put a larger pause in there than I normally do.